Hello, I am doing a video today about my glue book. This glue book isn't complete, so I'm not doing a complete flip through. So I thought I'd take the chance to explain a bit about glue books and some of my images and things like that. So this is just a regular book from Ryman. It's got like a hardcover. As you can see, it did have some pages ripped out of it because a few pages I'd written in or I'd done something in many years ago, and then I realized I had like a whole book, so I took those pages out and I've used it. And it's sometimes you go up in the loft and you find these things and you don't have to spend any money, so that's one of those times. So I may put something on here like my name or just one page of collage. I haven't decided yet. So a glue book, for anyone that doesn't know, is, well, I feel it's a bunch of images that visually stand out for you, that you in some way find appealing, and also you don't feel like you don't have to filter out your thoughts. For example, I might see this bed and then suddenly go, oh no, but I could never afford that bed. Oh no, it wouldn't match anything. Like, it doesn't matter. I just like the setup of that bed. I like the leopard print. I like it was like a Queen Elizabeth kind of theme. And then this one is very open, like an open wardrobe. And this rainbow dress, and she's obviously like on holiday, and often I think we have these such lovely models on holiday, and when we go on holiday we wear these like great outfits as well sometimes. So poolside in a rainbow outfit, I love those images. And again, if I'd thought something negative or if I'd felt self-conscious, then I wouldn't have created this beautiful page that I can look back on and go, ah, they look lovely. So it's about having that joy and peace and tranquility through images that you cut out in magazines. It's something happy. So I'll keep going over it. So these are some scraps I had. This one's a bit different to my other pages in that I used like someone's art that I liked, and I took things from a jewelry magazine and a book and like Gardener's World. And this was actually an interior designer that said she like smashed a mirror and then put the mirror on a bathtub, which I think was quite cool. And this was from a book I think called 100 Portraits, because I wouldn't usually have like a portrait of an artist and a man holding a really cute baby, but actually I thought we don't have to have like these glamorous images all the time. We can mix it up, because that's real life. And I like the cozy themes and like sunrise and sunset. I love getting pictures. And here I kind of accidentally did a scrapbooking layout where you do 3, just because I love this picture, and this reminded me of holidays where you have those nice narrow streets, and that was like a luxury holiday thing I cut out. But even just this, it really reminds me that like A, I love portraits, and B, I love photography. So already it's kind of like tuning into those things that I love. So this one is a different one in the sense I was using up scraps again, and it was like springtime, so sometimes the season comes into it where I do flowers. Like I just really wanted to get the flowers in there. And I don't usually do text, but sometimes the text like stands out, because like essentially Savings to Smile About was the fact that like just trying to embrace saving a bit, and something like Collage, which only requires glue stick and scissors and some back issues of magazines, I feel like I was doing that. Someone we knew was getting married, so I stuck this picture in of this lovely bride, and I want to get back to painting, so that's why that's in there. And I just love sunflowers. This spread I really like, because this image, if I took this image, I would have been like, oh, that didn't look great. But if you really look at the image, the photographer has highlighted this outfit, which is what they're trying to, because it's for Vogue magazine. And I just think it's a beautiful shot, and it's almost like they've mixed a bit of like Western and Indian in the sense where it's got like these gems on the outfit, but it's short and revealing. And this one I just created a fashion that I loved. It turned into a theme of fashion, because again, it's not like I'm thinking, oh wow, this dress costs £2,000, I can't but I can't even cut that out. But it's like, no, I'm loving the pink, black and gold. Stick that in there. And I'm loving the pearls and this outfit. So all these things that I love and I'm drawn to are immediately on the page. So when I flick through it in the future, it's kind of like I kind of breathe out or I sigh at all these like gorgeous things. Because often in magazines there's adverts or writing, whereas if you have a glue book, it's all in there. And also I love cutting out like interiors and sometimes like models doing things like reading, because I love to read. So essentially the images I cut out, I try not to cut out images of things that I necessarily want. Like I wouldn't cut out like cameras and handbags and shoes and things like that, because I'm trying to show the feeling. Like it's not like I'm saying like, oh, I really want a footstool that's also a coffee table. I want that feeling of openness, of freedom, of space, of light. And those things are things that money can buy, but again, that's a feeling. So I'm going with the feeling. And obviously it was getting hotter and I cut out these sunglasses and these cool red boots. This page sort of went a bit wrong in the sense where I didn't either put enough glue down or I rushed it, I think. But I really wanted to find 3 Gucci images, but I found Dolce & Gabbana and 2 Gucci images. And I think those are just like my favorite designers that I see, and they always like amaze and surprise me. Not that I own anything from these designers, but I just think they're marvelous. And the good thing about a glue book, before I go on, is that you can't get it wrong. A lot of times in collage, you can't go wrong. So if there's something you want to do where you feel like you're failing at everything, then you're not going to fail at collage. No one's going to say, why have you got that model next to that ski resort? Because nobody cares, because it's your book. So yeah, my family have a bunch of snowboarding and skiing magazines, so I've got a lot of scraps that are mountains, and I love this quilted jacket. I love quilting. And sometimes I'm really drawn to holiday images and like power poses in suits. And sometimes I'm drawn to a colour. So this one was like green and a picnic. These are the things that I love. I love picnics. And I like this portrait because it showed the woodland, and then the woman wasn't like standing there posing and smiling. She was just standing there. And I love this little couple of birds, like a couple, and then I stuck a kingfisher in. Often I do it like, because there's 3 of us in our family, I often find that afterwards I'm like, oh yeah, I did 3 of those. So a lot of it is intuitive. So sometimes I really focus on black and white imagery because I think it's beautiful, and also sometimes if I'm not feeling great or I'm feeling a bit down, I want to get something on the page, but I don't want to like dive into blues and pinks and oranges. I just don't have that kind of energy or focus. So here I chose like black and white building, like amazing photography, and also someone I know is in hospital, and this was called patient chair, and which looks really eerie, but it was fitting at the time. So sometimes I do keep the photographer's name in it if I want to like research them. And this was of the Queen, beautiful photograph. And yeah, like I said, with interiors, it's mainly about the feeling it creates rather than the materialistic value. When I was younger, I probably would have been like, oh, I want to get this thing and that thing, but now I'm like more open to the possibility and curiosity of why people style things a certain way. Like I love this image on the wall of these 2 people on the rock, because those images, that it looks like you're looking through a window because the photography is sharp. And also I've got wallpapers here. I don't like wallpaper, but I do like it when I can see on a page. And this was another one of blues, and actually shortly after this, I finally booked open water swimming. So sometimes when I'm journaling and I come up with a lot of the same thing, I'm like, I'm curious about that, let's follow that. So it's kind of playful, and it comes through to life if you let it, if you follow your curiosity. This was kind of a mixed page, so I went back to the kind of glue book where lots of images go together. I think because it's getting very hot, I've included a lot of holiday images. Like, I love that Welcome to Las Vegas, and some of that's like a newspaper image, so it's a completely different feel. And I just love these models that are like so like, sometimes you see people on the street, like these aren't necessarily models, it's somebody taking pictures of fashion out and about, and I just think they're like so intentional with their outfits. And again, this is something I wouldn't wear, like baggy trousers and a knit, but it really styles so well. And again, it's like summer, and there's my open water swimmer again. And flowers, and we keep talking about camping. This one was another green one, and I kind of took like adverts from like Visit Switzerland, and I keep thinking about cycling, and this fitted in with the green theme. We sometimes pick berries. So do you see how sometimes it's like freestyle, but sometimes it includes things that I like as well? This image I really like because it's green, but then I keep turning the page and it feels a bit eerie, but I think it goes well. So I'm reading a book on fun and trying to do more fun things, hence the swimming, and I've recently started a different dance class. So I love this picture of the cyclist in the crochet top, and like these are like hobbies, so like obviously neck beads and these kind of beads and these fun shoes, and yeah, so that's why that has the word fun, because I wanted to remember this, we can have fun. This is fun. And then another value I'm looking over a lot is pleasure. So I may read for pleasure, but I don't necessarily read for fun. I was thinking about this the other day, and I love the images in the magazine of this ballerina. They're so graceful, and I used to watch them on the stage. So I think it's very pleasurable, and also with like things like eating cake and cookies and tea and coffee, again, that's a whole pleasurable experience, isn't it? So that's all for now. I'm hoping to fill the rest of this book up and do a proper flip. I'm hoping to fill the rest of this book up and do a proper flip through.